My name is Luis Ramirez from Greenboro Physiotherapy and Massage, and here's my partner Lena. So now we're gonna be going over the 3-month supine. This is one of the best ways to start engaging your core. So we want the patient or the person to be lying supine, and we wanna use a bed, a chair, if you're lying on the floor, so you don't need a bed like this. And we want to have the hips very relaxed. So this is the most comfortable position because the orientation of the sockets, they're a little bit outwards. So hence we want the hips a little bit outwards because this is gonna slack off all the structures here at the back of the hip and at the front. So in this position, then we're gonna visualize the spine very elongated, the collarbones down, everything is relaxed. So now we're gonna ask the patient to bring awareness to this section that is the section of the sacrum that is touching the table or the ground for that matter if you're on the floor. So I'm just going to cue her onto feeling the sacrum. From here. Can you feel that point of contact? So we don't want that point of contact to change at all, right? Because now we're gonna be engaging the inner unit. So here in this graph, we can see the inner unit, which is at the top, the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, and the whole abdominal wall. Is that kind of corset that goes all 360 degrees. So now the purpose is again not to move anything in the pelvis or in the low back. The most common direction is gonna be arching the low back or flattening the low back. As we're gonna ask the patient to lift one leg at a time and then down without moving the pelvis. So keep doing that and then bring to your consciousness this part of the pelvis that is not rocking sideways, is not side bending or doing extension flexion. And we want the patient to stay very concentrated and focused about not perturbing that sacrum point that is in contact with the table. Keep going. And then we can observe, and the patient is very important to feel if they are moving the pelvis or the low back. Keep going. So we don't want to see any of these micro motion because many people with chronic pain or with chronic instabilities, lower extremity problems, they're gonna have issues here. So keep going. We're observing that the shoulders are relaxed. The spine is very elongated. So people, they may prefer to have a little bit of support here, especially if they have a big curvature here. So we may need to accommodate by having an extra support here at the top. And then down. So if we're satisfied, or the patient is satisfied because it's not moving, it's not leaking any movement from here, so then we can make it more advanced. So we can use the arms and then start elevating. So can start with 2 legs at the same time, and then without moving the pelvis or the low back, now descend 1 leg at a time. And then again. And we encourage, while you're doing this, to maintain that intra-abdominal pressure in order to avoid any leakage of movement from the pelvis or the low back. Well done.